But in that's not life altering, but it can be if we have that little discomfort about some other things that we need to change, another habit, or letting something go, or trying new things. I want to read something. A friend of mine sent me an email this week. Check this poem out, Patrick. You may like it. And it's by John O'Donohue. It's called For a New Beginning. In out of the way places of the heart, where your thoughts never think to wander, this beginning has been quietly forming, waiting until you are ready to emerge. For a long time it has watched your desire, feeling the emptiness grow inside of you, noticing how you willed yourself on, still unable to leave what you had outgrown. It watched you played with the seduction of safety and the gray promises that sameness whispered, heard the waves of turmoil rise and relent, wondered, would you always live like this? Then the delight when your courage kindled and out you stepped onto new ground, your eyes young again with energy and dream, a path of plenitude opening before you. Though your destination is not clear, you can trust the promise of this opening. Unfurl yourself into the grace of beginning that is one with your life's desire. Awaken your spirit to adventure. Hold nothing back. Learn to find ease in risk. And soon you will be home in a new rhythm where your soul senses the world that awaits you. What a way to start a new year. And so it is.
I like that. New beginnings, fresh start. I like those. Over Christmas, one of my friend's friend, you know how that goes, received for her Christmas card something that Carol Fortuno wrote. It's called My Prayer. And I think it fits in with a lot of our philosophies, or not. Can one pray without referencing Jesus? Can one pray without referring to Allah? Can one pray without referring anyone's belief in God? Where is my international energy called a prayer? Where is it focused? If we all have an electrical field around us, our own personal aura, can that energy extended from me benefit you even though we are far apart? Is that what prayer is? Energy transfer? Loving thoughts not through a God, but directly to that person, returning from the universal energy to you, for you. Just know that when I say, I will pray for you, I mean it one way or another.
Kelly, thank you very much. What a great mini message. Well, good morning, everyone, and happy, happy, happy New Year. And does everybody get a little rain at their house? A little moisture? That's good. I would like to thank this entire family for the last couple of months, your acknowledgement, your celebration of me being here, celebrating me, and your most generous Christmas gifts from last week. And your appreciating the love that you show to me are just, You never know when you are in a position like I'm in. You try your best. You tell yourself you're trying your best, and you really want to believe that people listen, that you bring value, that bring something to the party, and but to have it affirmed in the ways that this family affirms my presence here, it's. I think I wrote the other day in the news. It touches me in places that most people never experience. They don't know they have those places, and I do. So thank you very much. I think maybe we could, Christmas is over and it's a new year. One of the first new things that's different, we could take down wreaths and put them back in the closet after church today. So that might be a good thing for us to think about. And Mr. Meyer, our board moderator, would you like to talk about stuff going on this month?
Well, I will try to do this and talk as little as possible. Just announcements. The 8th and the 22nd of this month, just a reminder for the Women's Spiritual Book Study, 10 o'clock. Next Sunday, the 11th, is our monthly board meeting, and then that will be followed up 2 weeks later by our annual meeting. And is there anyone here that does not have an email address? Don't be shy. Don't be embarrassed. If you don't have an email address, would you raise your hand? Okay. Bonnie, we will send you, or we will hand deliver you, a copy of the revised new bylaws and constitution for the church. Everyone will be sent a copy via email. If you would like to print it out yourself, it's 30-some pages.
32 pages?
32 pages, and you are welcome to do so. We are just not going to be handing out 32-page documents to everyone here. So it is imperative that when you get it, that you read it over, and we will be voting on that for your approval, congregational approval, at our business meeting following the service on the 25th. So that is the main announcement that I want to deliver you today, and I'll turn it back over to you, Pat.
Okay, thank you. If I could add to that last announcement Dick made, our bylaws require a 66%, 2/3 majority of all of our registered members. So if you can't be at the annual meeting where we're going to have a physical vote, if you could email back to me or the church, yes, I approve, or I disapprove, or I have this suggestion, or if you could just relay something back, because we have to do a roll call vote, and we do need that number. And there may be a typo or something. We're going to go through it again before then, but we've spent a lot of money and spent a lot of time developing these new bylaws. Our law firm has done that for us, and we've updated and edited it a couple of times since. And we really hope we can get these done, because when they're done, then the IRS will be petitioned for a 501c3 determination, and that will open up some new doors for us. So thank you. We all know people who are going through challenges: health challenge, relationship challenge, financial challenge. Who knows? We've all gone through the light times and the dark times and the challenging times in life. So this is a time, if you know of someone, say their name out loud, and that helps us add direction to our intentions and our sending out of light. Who needs some light, or some encouragement, or some hope, or some forgiveness, or whatever that need might be.
Alice,
Wayne and Nancy.
Mike,
Mary and Jim.
Chloe. We've heard these names, and we know there are others who are unnamed, but let's send our highest good, our light, our divine energy, and allow it to have its effect in whatever fashion, wherever needed. And we trust in Spirit to direct and use the gifts that we have shared in divine time and divine fashion. And so it is. Let's sing a song together. And maybe we could stand up unless you'd like to stay sitting down. It's up to you. But how could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than wonderful, than beautiful? And now we have the wonderful opportunity to carry on a tradition that's been going on for 118 years. We now greet each other in that Church of the Oaks fashion.
You're a friend
I'm doing good. How are you?
Oh, good. You sound good. I just haven't.
I don't know. Thank you. Kelly? I did. Okay, we could probably, we have so much abundance, and I'm just overwhelmed sometimes by the way this family shares their abundance. And we've got a whole new year. We could step that up if we wanted to in every fashion, in our time, our talent, our thought, and our treasure. We have unlimited possibility if we just keep our eyes open and we see ways we can share our abundance. Let's read together our affirmation of abundance, may we? When we truly begin to want more for others than we want for ourselves, we will begin to notice amazing changes in our lives. May we ponder this. As we prepare for our meditation this morning, let's sing together Only Believe, number 152 in the Wings of Song.
Good morning. Happy full wolf moon. We have a wonderful the winter moon. This is Midwinter, an original beat. With another long, slow breath in, a flutter of your eyelids, return to your calm church, and take your place in the evolution of our peaceful community. Peace be with you.
Well, we've got a brand new year going on. So where do we begin? How do we begin this year? I'm kind of talking about, I'm assuming a lot. I'm assuming that every one of us here is here because we have an awareness and a desire to be on this journey of expanding our awareness, elevating our consciousness, enjoying and learning more about our spiritual journey. And maybe we're just here for the hugs and the coffee and the cookies. Doesn't make any difference. But we have a new beginning. And if we would like anything in this year to be different than it was last year, and maybe last year was so wonderful we want to just want to repeat it day for day, hour for hour, but I don't think so. I get the feeling that we'd all like to see our joy increase, our happiness increase, our awareness to increase. So if any of these things are going to change, something about us has to change. We have to change something in the way we think, the words we speak, or the things we do, or combinations of those. And I think that perhaps when we're looking at things we do each day in our life, when we're going through our day-to-day, if we pay attention to this intuition thing that was mentioned in this poem earlier, and we feel something that doesn't feel quite right, maybe we could just ask our question, why? Why do I always have coffee at 7:35? Why do I have this habit? Why do I always assume that somebody walking down the street has no interest in me and I have no interest in them? Why do I always assume that people are in a place in life for a reason, and it's probably their fault? Why do I make these assumptions? And why do I still believe things that I believe if I don't let myself carry, just shoot from the hip with that belief? If I stop and think about it, there's a lot of things that I find that some part of me has belief in that doesn't work anymore. I've changed, but somehow my automatic response system just kicks that same belief out. And I have to use some of that initiative, like changing the year from 25 to 26, and have to start making some physical, intentional changes in some of the things that I've just been used to doing forever. Another thing, last week we did our burning bowl ritual. We gave some thought to things that we had outgrown or didn't serve us anymore, wrote it down on a sheet of paper, released it, burned it up. Well, that's quite a process, actually, to think about releasing. And I think that so many habits that we have, we don't just kind of sit down and pick it apart. The things we do in life, the decisions we make, our actions, the way we always think about the same thing. We always turn left when we get to the corner. Things that we can release. I saw an article the other day that had some great on YouTube. What kind of peace does that bring in our lives? What kind of value does it add? Does it help us go into new places, or does it just affirm the same old thing? We laugh, or we listen to people that we know feel the same way we do about so many things. It just gives us affirmation. But do we actually learn? Does it allow us to have peace? Do we figure out ways? Do we see things by all these this clutter? It just keeps it all cluttered. We can't let new stuff in. Our minds are so busy thinking about the same old stuff we think about all the time. We don't have time to consider a new opinion or a new idea, or maybe some of the junky ideas that we already have that are already taking up place where something new and more valuable, more peaceful, things that might bring us more joy, more understanding. And here's one I'm sure that nobody else has ever thought of. I'm sure is letting go of expecting that other people will bring us happiness and joy. I'm sure none of us would ever have thoughts like that. But we do. And happiness and joy can come only from within our own being. It's how we think, how we choose to feel, how we choose to visualize and criticize our life. We can do it hatefully or joyfully, lovingly. Here's another one I'm sure that none of us have, but maybe if by chance somebody in here might have a fear of aging, maybe we could let go of that. We do add years, but along with those years, we add understanding, wisdom, knowledge, experience. And I know for me, as I get older, as time goes on, I find that I have a much greater feeling of peace. I have more room in all the stuff going on inside of me to feel peaceful. Letting go of the ego, letting go of the desires to make it, to carve out our space. And the older we get, we can appreciate that space that we carved. Appreciate the monies and things and toys and homes and investments that we have been able to put together, and we can relax and enjoy those, and maybe share those, and maximize the potential of value in what we possess in life. Our time, our talent, our thoughts, and our treasures. Maybe we could let go of maybe comparing ourselves to others or even our own selves. I find this a challenge. 2 years ago, I could have done this and could have done that. I'm expanding my wisdom, my ability to figure things out, expanding my awareness. And I think that I'm a kinder guy than I used to be. And I have tried to stop comparing myself to other people. Because not only am I adorable, I am just incredible. And there's no sense trying to compare that to anybody else. Here's one: let go of regret. Can't change that has taken place already. Like the old boy said last week, I lost over 100 grand in the stock market. Pork bellies went up $1 and I didn't have a single share. It just, why compare? Why regret that you didn't do this or didn't do that? It's done. And perhaps some of the things that we tend to regret the most, actually, if we look at those situations, those actions, those experiences that we've had in life, maybe we have learned more from those things we tend to think of as a negative or a lack or a miss the boat. We learned more than we would have achieved had we done things differently. Caught the boat. I don't know. Another thing that ties in with several of the things that I've talked about this morning is maybe we could let go of the feeling that it's too late. The damage is done, or I'm already this old. It's too late to do the stuff that I should have, could have, might have done earlier. It's never too late to do anything that you choose to do, that you want to do. It's not too late to start relationships, to form new relationships. It's not too late to learn new things. It's not too late to forgive ourselves and others. It's not too late to grow. It's not too late to discover new facets of love, new ways to be and feel. There are no rules, there's no checklist. There's 8 billion people in this world. And for most of them, they're starting a new year. Sometime along about now, in every country, in every faith, every religion, it's about time for a new year. And there's a sentiment throughout the world that, well, we can start a brand new one. But are we really going to start it? Or are we just going to repeat last year? I've only lived 1 year. In the last 10, I've lived them all 10. 1 year. In the last 10, I've lived them all 10 the same way. How many people say that? In the same way. How many people say that? How many people we know? But I think it's way more exciting. I think our lives are truly enriched when we take a step out of the comfort zone, when we let go of some old habits, when we try something we've never tried before, and we just walk up and say hello to someone and get to know another person. Hmm. 2026. I never dreamed I would live this long. Never would have thunk it. But I'm so thankful I have. And I used to say, when I had double bypass surgery, from then on, I've been on bonus time. But I think if I go back and really think, August 20th, in the year 2000, I sat just about where Dick is sitting, the very first Sunday I came here. And from that day, I think I have changed more than any 25 years in my life. I have added more value to my life over these 25 years. I've learned so much more about living. I've learned about abilities to change life. And I think we all can change. I think we can all enrich our lives. And the energy in this room, the love in this room, the compassion that is in this room collectively. If you continue to come here, if you continue to participate in this family, I don't see how to expand their awareness. Pull back the onion skins. Understand a little more about this thing we call life. Understand a little more about the unseen. The seen is pretty much boring, actually. It's the unseen is where the value comes from. It's where the excitement, the awe. We have that right here. And we're part of a family that can help each other change our habits, change our thoughts, change our actions, change our words, and make this year, 2026, truly be a year of life enrichment. So as we enrich our lives, we will have more peace inside of us. And when there's more peace inside of each one of us, there will be more peace on this earth. So let's sing together. Number 25, I think, in the songbook. Let there be peace on earth.
Let there be Let peace begin with me. Let history come on down. With every step I take, let this be my joyful sound. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
As we begin this year with peace on this earth and peace in our hearts, we will, I promise, I will put it in writing and I'll sign it with blood. We will find a level of freedom that we've never experienced before. And that to me is so exciting for every one of us. All right, how about a little amen, shall we? Yes, and I'll unlock the cabinet and after I'll give you